All right, Monday, March the 6th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Had a chilly weekend and now some milder air moving back in. A couple of storm systems heading our way too. Really a good bit to talk about here in today's edition of the video. There's a 5 o'clock a.m. hour look from the Greensboro Tower camera. It's a pretty quiet and chilly start to the day. Clouds rolling in this morning, though, through the western Carolinas. A little bit of precipitation, too. There's the Dowd YMCA camera in uptown Charlotte, looking toward beautiful uptown. 45 at the time I'm cutting this video, which is again at during the 5 o'clock hour this morning. And that clouds rolling in with a disturbance, which I'll show you in just a second. Yesterday, still a pretty chilly setup. Really a pretty cool weekend overall around the region. Triad area high temperatures only in the low to mid 50s yesterday. A little bit milder in Charlotte, upper 50s in most spots, even up to 60 in Wadesboro. Everybody will be milder today. So still a chilly air mass residually in place here across parts of the Carolinas, but it is retreating northeastward. Look at the northeastern part of the country. It's 8 in Burlington, 9 degrees in Bangor, 17 in Boston, but look at all the milder air rolling in. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 51. Same story in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 58 in Kansas City. Dallas, 68. 70 in Houston. That milder air is working on in. Now you notice the rain. Very light in nature on the radar, but there is some rain out there kind of marching in from the west. I'll show you the satellite too. Those clouds are arriving as well. But the air mass is very dry across the Piedmont, so a lot of this as it tries to roll in is simply going to evaporate. Here's the high resolution computer modeling. Maybe a few sprinkles today in the I-77 corridor, but I think even that chance is rather remote. No appreciable rain, at least nothing overly significant. Nothing overly significant, rather. But clouds, maybe a sprinkle or two. That's going to be about it. Futurecast dry across the region today, and that's probably the right idea for most of us. Milder, though. There's your highs this afternoon. Not as cold tonight either, with the clouds in place and a milder air mass taking over. Now here comes our next cold front. The Futurecast modeling is slower than some other models. I'll go ahead and mention the chance of some rain in the Piedmont by later tomorrow afternoon, but especially tomorrow night. We'll see that round of rain arrive. Ahead of the rain, a pretty mild setup for Tuesday. Now, rain totals, European model, there you go, about a third of an inch in many Piedmont spots. Pretty similar in the GFS, slightly more. But for most of us, this will be late tomorrow and tomorrow night, probably a half inch or less in the rain bucket. Now, the cold front slides southeast of us early in the day Wednesday, so any morning clouds Wednesday will quickly leave, a lot of afternoon sun, but no real cold air behind this front. In fact, look at these highs on Wednesday and then even milder on Thursday as we await the arrival of our next cold front. Friday still quiet, and there's some timing differences over the weekend. This is the GFS depiction of things, which I'll show you in more detail in just a second. Next system rolls in over the weekend. We have to nail down the timing and the track of this. A lot of uncertainty here with that next system. Let's go to the higher resolution models here. This is the European 500 millibar chart today. There's our next system out west. That'll drive that cold front through here by tomorrow night. And then we wait the next system, which is, again, the European model, a little bit slower with its most recent run than the GFS. So let me step you through this here. All right, here is the GFS for today. Not much happening. Tomorrow, this is the precipitation through the afternoon into the early evening. So you see that rain moving in a little bit quicker than what you saw on Futurecast a moment ago. So anywhere from late tomorrow to tomorrow night, that rain rolls on through. Wednesday looks good. Thursday looks good. Friday, probably not much going on. A lot of clouds, but again, that's kind of like today's system. Very weak disturbance, not having a lot of precipitation opportunities. Now, this is the 0Z run of the GFS. As I cut the video, I have not seen the 6Z run yet. But you have some light precipitation, light rain trying to break out at a chilly scenario in chilly fashion on Saturday afternoon on the GFS, and then the core of that system comes through Saturday night into early Sunday morning. And then there it goes. It's gone by later in the day, Sunday. The European model is a little slower with this. This is the precipitation through the day in the early evening on Saturday rather. So the precipitation with its most recent European run holding off to the west. Now, kind of interesting, in some of the more recent model runs of the past few cycles, what's happened with this system. This is the Canadian, and this is, again, the precipitation Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. So, again, it too is a little bit slower than the GFS and keeping the Piedmont dry through the daylight hours Saturday. And then there's that rain rolling in Saturday night. And watch this as colder air bleeds in. Oop, look at that. I-40 and points northward has some snow on the Canadian model, taken at face value Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then that system tapers off thereafter. Tries to put down a little bit of snow on the Canadian model, take that with mounds of salt. And the previous run of the European also did something kind of similar. This was yesterday's 12Z run and actually printed out some snow as well, Saturday night into Sunday morning for parts of North Carolina. Looking at some of the ensemble products, there are some opportunities for this to track a little bit further south and bring some of those snow chances into the northern parts of North Carolina. That is not terribly likely, but certainly not impossible. At this point, I've gone with the idea of a chilly rain scenario coming up Saturday night into Sunday morning, with that snow probability probably staying off to the north, but it bears watching. We'll kind of see how things unfold as we get into the upcoming weekend. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.